two people on the Las Vegas Strip makes his first court appearance. Police say that Manuel Ruiz shot and killed two people over an ongoing feud. According to an arrest report, he claims that it was self-defense and he was ordered to be held without bail. The next court hearing set for this Thursday. We're also learning more details about the deadly shooting of a YouTuber and his wife on the Strip. It happened on Sunday. We want to thank you for joining us live at 6. I'm Latoya Silman.
And I'm Jim Snyder. Glad you're with us tonight. Police have identified the victims as Rodney and Tanisha Finley. A GoFundMe has been set up to pay the funeral expenses for the couple that other streamers say were visiting from Arizona when the shooting happened. We have live team coverage for you tonight. Christian Drummond has been talking with a witness to the shooting.
Yeah, but let's start with Tiffany Lane with a breakdown of Manny Ruiz's arrest report and also the alleged beef between the YouTubers prior to the shooting. Tiffany?
Manny Ruiz is claiming self-defense in this situation. Now, local YouTubers say, let's let the justice system decide.
Still claiming self-defense, despite the fact that he ran up on the black couple. Where is the Coons? Where's the Coon twins? Where's Anton? Hopefully they've learned their lesson, or they're trying to get themselves together, straighten up their act, because nobody is talking about this. Can you imagine if a black man did this to a Hispanic couple? Just walked up to them, broad daylight on the Vegas Strip, and unalived them? Man, Coons would be falling out the window. Talking about, oh, here you go, the black community. Here's the black behavior, black pathology, and all this nonsense.
But however that decision goes, they say this online beef between the YouTubers should have never gone this far.
Man, please. Just go look at those police channels, police activity, channels like that. Look at the videos where the arrested person is black. You're going to find all types of comments referring to their degeneracy as the result of them being black. Oh, it's because it's a nigger. Oh, you know, it's always the niggers. You're going to find all types of racist comments. But then when you look at the videos of white people being arrested, you don't see anybody referring to their race. Nobody blames their whiteness for their behavior. Nobody.
Tragic shooting of YouTuber Finny the Legend by SinCity-MannyWise. A full breakdown. On the night of June 8, 2025, the Las Vegas Strip was rocked by a shocking act of violence that was captured live on YouTube. Finny the Legend, a content creator known for his live streams, was fatally shot alongside his wife, Bubbly, by fellow YouTuber SinCity-MannyWise, also known as Sin City Family or Manny D, near the Bellagio fountains. The incident, which unfolded in real time on Finny's live stream, has since gone viral, sparking outrage and grief across social media. Here's everything we know so far about this tragic event. 1. The shooting. What happened? The attack occurred at 10:40 p.m. Pacific time while Finny the Legend was live streaming a walk along the Las Vegas Strip with his wife, Bubbly. The couple was near the Bellagio Hotel and Casino when SinCity-MannyWise appeared in the background of the stream. At first, he seemed unaware of them, but moments later, he returned and engaged in a heated confrontation with Bubbly. What the live stream showed, MannyWise suddenly pulled out a handgun and fired at least 7 shots in Finny's direction. Bubbly, in shock, screamed, "Are you FinNG kidding me?" before the camera appeared to drop to the ground. Chaos ensued as bystanders fled in panic. The live stream was cut off by a police officer minutes later. Police arrived swiftly and found 2 victims, Finny and Bubbly, lying on the sidewalk with gunshot wounds. Despite immediate medical aid, both were pronounced dead at the scene. 2. Who were the victims? Finny the Legend, a smaller YouTuber, 3.44K subscribers, known for live streaming his experiences in Las Vegas. His last video was titled Live Fremont Street Experience #VegasFinny is winning here we go, a 2-hour stream before the fatal incident. Bubbly, Finny's wife, described by fans as innocent, happy, and full of life before the attack. Witnesses say she was dancing and enjoying the night moments before the shooting. Fans flooded Finny's channel with tributes, calling the act senseless and demanding justice. 5. Background of the dispute. The YouTube feud that turned deadly. The conflict between Finny the Legend and SinCity-MannyWise was not a sudden eruption, but rather the culmination of a long-standing online feud between the 2 Vegas-based YouTubers. Roots.
feud between the two YouTubers.
Of the rivalry. Both creators occupied the same niche, live streaming their experiences on the Las Vegas Strip, often covering similar locations like Fremont Street and the Bellagio Fountains 113. Their rivalry escalated into mutual sabotage, with each reportedly issuing copyright strikes against the other's channels in an attempt to get them demonetized or banned 16. At one point, Finney allegedly succeeded in getting Manny's channel demonetized, which may have intensified tensions. 1. Online threats and escalation. According to
This is really pathetic. You gotta remember, a lot of people, they don't have jobs. All they have is a YouTube channel. YouTube is their only source of income. So if they get demonetized, yeah, they might crash out. Even though that's not a justifiable reason to do anything like this, you shouldn't have been that dependent on a YouTube channel anyways.
to resurface clips, MannyWise had previously threatened Finney, saying he was going to shoot him in a now-deleted video. Fans who followed both channels noted that Manny resented Finney for exposing his alleged scams, further fueling hostility. This toxic rivalry, played out publicly on social media, ultimately spilled into real-world violence in one of the most horrific ways possible. This tragedy serves as a grim reminder of how online conflicts can escalate into real-world violence. As the investigation continues, the internet...
Is that the narrative? And see, had a black man unalived Latino couple, the narrative would be, here's just another example of black fatigue. You see, this is why America is getting tired of black people. All the usual suspects. There will be a cascade of race-related statements, racist comments, etc. We all know it. This is why, man, I don't even take racists serious. They're a bunch of jokes. They're jokes. Y'all don't give the same criticism to other people when other people do things, and they could do things at a higher rate than black Americans, like they currently are in several cities with their higher homicide rate. They can do the same things black Americans do or worse. And nobody will ever bring up those people's race. This is what it's all about. And that's why you know it's black Americans against the world. Maybe to an extent, black people against the world, but for the most part, when Africans engage in stuff, they don't point towards their race as often as they do with black Americans. And remember, Africans and Caribbeans, they jumped in on this black fatigue nonsense. Anybody else acts out and commits violence, oh, they individualize it. Just like they done with this case. They're treating this like a individual situation. His violence and aggression doesn't come from the fact that he's a racist Mexican. No, he's just crazy. But they make all those types of assumptions with black Americans. Anything we do, oh, it's because you're black American, you're black, and we all have black fatigue and you're dysfunctional. No, y'all dysfunctional.
Internet mourns Finney and Bubbly while demanding accountability. What do you think? Should platforms like YouTube do more to monitor feuds between creators? Let me know in the comments.
Nothing they can do.
It was unethical, it was stupid, and he deserved to be in prison.
The YouTube world
Unethical and stupid. Again, even you got a black person here, and you don't hear him refer to the guy's race at all. They don't even do it. They don't even imply. You know how they say, oh, this is how those people are in that community. Oh, we knew usual suspects. They come from that community. You don't even hear no low-key talk like that. And this was a Mexican dude. And Mexicans are far more violent than black Americans. When you look at the most violent cities in the world, the top 10 is almost all Mexican cities. Yet, Nobody refers to their Mexicanness as being part of the problem. They still individualize Mexicans when they carry out the usual nonsense and violence that they carry out in their home country. They only do that with Black Americans.
Responding after a shooting that led to the death of Tanisha and Ronald Finley.
They were kind. They were beautiful people. They were. He was a good father.
This Mexican is claiming self-defense. Understand, he walked up to them. He found them, walked up to them and shot them. And trying to claim self-defense. Trying to claim that they were reaching for a gun.
Father, he was a great grandfather. He was funny. She was full of life.
YouTuber The Other Me, who streams all around Vegas, calls the Finleys his friends. He also knows Manuel Ruiz, the man accused of killing the couple on Sunday night.
It's not only bad for both families and their children, which our heart breaks for the children, because their lives are destroyed on both sides of this. It's bad for our community.
Ronald, known on the platform as Finny the Legend, and Ruiz had an ongoing feud online. Manny's YouTube page with his wife Juliana called Sin City Family, where he's often seen wearing face paint. Manny's first appearance in court on Tuesday.
Now he was a flipping lunatic. His videos with face paint, like a weirdo. He was using them, using gun hand signals in reference to the other YouTuber that he unalived. You could tell this guy was off in the head.
Called Sin City Family, where he's often seen wearing face paint. Manny's first appearance in court on Tuesday with streamers in the audience.
I'm showing up today just to say all YouTubers not like that. I'm showing up for the victims because they did not deserve to get killed.
According to Metro's arrest report, Manny told police that when he ran into Finny on Las Vegas Boulevard Sunday night, he believed Finny was reaching for a gun and shot in self-defense. The report states Manny also shot twice at Finny's wife.
You see that degenerate? First, he was across the street. Little cowardly degenerate. He crossed the street after he saw him and just shot him down and got the nerve to claim self-defense. And this gives you an idea of just how many people murder Black Americans in cold blood, turn around and claim it was self-defense. Police officers, corrupt police officers included, they all do this nonsense. This is a big reason why Black men have a problem with Black women. Y'all don't look at these other people as our enemies as much as we do. Y'all in love with these lunatics. And it seems like everyone y'all pick is some type of racist degenerate Mexican. Marquise, what is this? Yeah, shout out to, wait a minute. Marquise Wiley show. Okay, I don't know who that is, but shout out to the Charm Whisperer who made a video on this subject. I don't think it's getting enough attention.
This report, Manny told police that when he ran into Finny on Las Vegas Boulevard Sunday night, he believed Finny was reaching for a gun and shot in self-defense. The report states Manny also shot twice at Finny's wife.
In broad daylight. Then he turned around and shot the girl. You got to be kidding me. Just simply making YouTube videos. Now they have some stupid beef, but he comes over and just guns them down. Where's the outrage? Where's the outrage, coons? Why ain't y'all pointing towards the Mexicanness? Where's Mexican fatigue? Hashtag Mexican fatigue. Them violent cities down there in Mexico, a lot of them flood the United States and they end up launching these vicious attacks against Black Americans. And then when this narrative of Black fatigue goes around, they're one of the main ones hollering about Black fatigue. Where are you Sambos at now? Y'all ain't got nothing to say about this.
Defense. The report states Manny also shot twice at Finny's wife Tanisha because he thought she was reaching for a gun too. Turns out it was a cell phone and a gimbal. The Other Me and other YouTubers believe the beef between the two parties goes back to an incident in the Valley.
Something that happened 2 years ago on Halloween. There was a pepper spray incident. and there was kind of a scuffle on Fremont Street.
One witness told police Manny threatened both him and Finney in the past by making finger gun gestures with his hand while saying pow, pow, pow.
You can see a little cowardly little runt who can't fight. Who got no hands. Without a gun, you'll get pieced up. That's the culture down there in Mexico. How come history student is the only one pointing this out? Why don't we hear everybody else talking like this? Well, you know, that's Mexican fatigue. That's the culture down there in Mexico. Oh, you need to call your own people out. Where are you Mexicans at? Call your people out. Y'all don't get the same smoke Black Americans get, so we Black Americans gonna give it to you when you in violation.
Manny's wife also told police that Finney and Manny recently had an altercation on
This out of shape, fat little degenerate. Can't fight worth a lick. Can tell you can't fight because you're out of shape. You flipping degenerate, suspected racist. Get out of here. This is what I'm sick of. Talk about Black fatigue. Black Americans, we sick of this type of stuff. We are the only group who suffer psychologically, mentally, from being abused by other people. We're the only group. I know that burns all of you up to hear. I don't care. Y'all so desperate to be victims as well, but you're not. It's only Black Americans who deal with this type of racism and discrimination. All of you non-Blacks, you gather together and try to jump on Black Americans. You all get on the same page and rally against Black Americans. Yet when Black Americans are the victims, you don't have the same reactions.
recently had an altercation on Fremont Street, and Manny was cited for battery. The other me says things should have never gone this far.
I never in a million years thought that it would get to this level.
I stopped by Manny's home Tuesday to get a comment from his wife. No one answered. Now, also in that arrest report, police did ask Manny's wife about a video that Manny posted the day before the shooting. Essentially, he's driving around in his car, threatening someone and asking them to show up. Now, Manny's wife did deny knowing about that video in the arrest report.
He's a psychopath. He's a psychopath. He should be going to prison for the rest of his worthless life. While in prison, he should be getting dealt with. Because let me tell you, if I was a prisoner, he'd have to get that work. Let me find out that you my roommate. I'm going to have a welcoming party for you. But like I said, notice how people don't react the same. This is a perfect example. This couple did not seem like a degenerate couple to me. Maybe she was a typical, I don't know. But the fact is, there are Black American couples out here who have fun most of the time. In fact, the nature of their relationship is not even up for question. This was an innocent party, gunned down by a Mexican. And nobody connects this behavior with their culture, with their race. Like I said, check police activity, the YouTube channel. I don't have time to do it now. Maybe we'll do it on another stream because I've done it several times. And when you see those videos, go straight to the comment section. If it's a Black perpetrator, you're going to see a lot of comments related to his race. If it's a white perpetrator, nobody will say nothing about their race. That's why I am involved in a social political war against everybody. everybody. And usually black women are getting that work too. We putting belt to everybody. Black men, we can't let up. Because even if you don't participate, you're going to participate. Because in a war, you either join in and bust back at the enemy, or you just get mowed down. I'm not about to get mowed down. On our way out, I'm about to be busting off. And that is what this stream and all of my videos, that's the purpose they serve. To put out the truth before we bounce up out of here. And I land my plane there.